And welcome back to Atlanta, Georgia for this very special on-the-road edition of Hannity. I continue to be joined by our great American panel. And Frank Luntz is going to join us for a focus group, one of the largest ever, in just a few minutes. All right, here we've talked a lot about the economy. We've talked a lot about the Tea Party movement and Governor Palin. Barack Obama says whether we like it or not, we remain a dominant military superpower. Whether we like it or not. I can't imagine the world with us not being.
What's not to like?
Yeah. What's not to like,
exactly.
Eric?
Yeah, you know, I'm clueless on this one. I read the quote and thought he must have been taken out of context until I saw the clip on TV, and he actually said that.
He actually said it, but I mean...
I think it shows his underlying goal for the nation, and that is not to be the world superpower. He believes that the world is better if everybody's basically equal in terms of national power. And that's certainly not the way that we have controlled peace in this world for the last 50 or 60 years.
But I agree.
It's
and
phenomenal.
Historically, when we talked about if there's a biological, chemical attack, crippling cyber attack, he takes nukes off the table. That's the recent example. We have Gates now saying that they expect that Iran can have a nuclear weapon within a year. We have the president saying Iran's sanctions are unlikely to work. He's saying Al-Qaeda is pursuing and would use a nuclear weapon, while simultaneously cutting our nuclear arsenal in half and not modernizing it.
And not defending at all our greatest ally in the Middle East, Israel.
Which is Israel.
It's astonishing what is going on right now. And what it says to me is that this fellow's naivete about where the United States ought to be in the world is just astounding. And it is reckless behavior. It will endanger our kids and our grandkids.
3/4 of the United States Senate, including 38 Democrats, sent a letter to Hillary Clinton rebuking the president on the horrible treatment of our ally in the Middle East, Israel, at a time when Iran is ratcheting up all this activity.
You know, this administration has struck me since it got into office that its worldview is different from what most people have. It thinks the world would be better off if we were all one of many nations as opposed to the last best hope for mankind. It thinks that if we do something different from what every other administration, including Jimmy Carter, has done, that somehow the results will miraculously be different and better. I don't think they're that naive. I really think they're looking at what past presidents have done and said, you know, let's think different.
Is it that, or is it that he's the rigid ideologue that I said he was before the election?
I mean, it is. He's got a left-wing worldview that I don't think people knew he had when they elected him. They knew he's to the left.
Well, this is why
not of this worldview.
America's an arrogant country.
He doesn't believe in American exceptionalism.
Well, he said so.
Yeah, exactly right. And if you don't believe in American exceptionalism, then you don't believe that America ought to be leading the world. And that's the only way that we maintain peace in this world is if America is the preeminent leader in the world.
And all of the policies that he's passing, they are bringing America down. Because he can't for the life of me, you know, explain he's trying to make our economy mediocre. He, with his announced nuclear disarmament plan.
Do you think it's conscious?
I believe it is conscious. Because as Rick said from Rick and Bubba earlier, they can't be that dumb. I don't think that they're dumb. They got to be doing this on purpose. So if they bring America down and make it more mediocre...
let me stop. I'm not trying to interrupt you. I want you to finish your thought.
Okay.
You think the President of the United States is doing this purposefully?
And his administration.
For what reason would he possibly want to destroy America's economy and place in the world? Where is that coming from?
Where I'm coming from is that if you weaken the United States militarily, economically, and culturally, then America is going to suffer from the same problems that a lot of the other countries suffer from, and that opens the door to some dramatic change in how we run this country.
And that way, would that fit into black liberation theology, social Marxism, redistribution, GD America, America's chickens have come home to roost?
It fits into what I would call anti-American, anti-constitutional, anti-Declaration of Independence. That's what it fits into.
But that's a quick response to that, Congressman.
Well, I don't know that he wants the economy to decrease, but I do know that he wants the government to be in charge. And if you want the government to be in charge of everything, you have to believe that the government knows best. We simply believe that people know best and that the government ought not be empowered the way that they are.
Do you think it's conscious, as Herman does?
I think it's conscious that he wants everything to be, quote, fair, and that he wants the government to be making all all of these decisions, whether it's health care, whether it's the economy, whether it's jobs.
I think there's a little more to it. When you expect the United States to stop being the #1 country in the world, you start taking actions like this to brace us for when we're not, as opposed to trying to set us up so that we always remain the best country.
All right, guys, great American panel. Thank you all for being here.